Hey, welcome. If you're new to my channel, it will help watching parts 1, 2, 3 and 4 so that you fully understand my journey. I had a revision rhinoplasty in Turkey 2.5 months ago, and today I'm giving you a nose update sharing all the tea on what's really been happening. Now, just a quick reminder of how my nose looked like 2 weeks post-op. AnaritaTV. Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. Here I am with a nose update. I know that a lot of you are dying to see what my nose looks like 2 months post-op, and this is it. It's actually not 2 months, this is 10 weeks post-op. I know that many of you have been messaging me with questions like, how is your nose? Has the swelling gone down? Are you happy with it? So many questions about Dr. Tarskin and about the whole experience in general. There's so many messages. I've never felt so popular in my whole life. It's just so hard to explain everything in writing. I might as well do a video on this. So here I am, my 10-week post-op update. I was actually gonna wait until 3 months, but I thought, it is looking presentable enough to make a video on it, so I might as well show you guys. This is what my nose looks like at 10 weeks post-op, and of course, as you may be able to tell, I'm wearing a lot of makeup, but I'll insert a picture right now with me just before I applied all of this makeup on. First of all, guys, I'm really sorry. I am starving. I'm having some noodles. I'm sorry if you're hungry and you're watching this. Grab a snack because... But yeah, why does it look like this? See, that's how long I took to set up the camera. This is really spicy. I had these in Turkey. I took them with me. I told you I was obsessed with them. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe. It would make me smile and so happy. But anyway, let's start with answering questions. Most of the questions that I've been getting are pretty much, how is your nose? Has the swelling gone down? Are you happy with how it's turning out? And the answer to that is yes, I am. I'm still happy with my nose. It is still swollen, even though the makeup makes it look so much better, but I am very happy with it. The number one thing to me is the symmetry. Like, it's so strange looking at myself in the mirror and seeing your nose like that and not seeing it like that. It's the best feeling ever. I'm forever grateful to Dr. Tarskin because that was really what bothered me. I hate asymmetry. Yeah, especially when it's in the middle, the center of your face. It doesn't sit well if it's not symmetric. So that is the number one thing I'm happy about. Am I happy with the shape? Yes, I went for a natural nose because, you know, a lot of people, which I do not judge, by the way, it's your face, you do whatever you want, you do you, but a lot of girls want a Barbie nose. And the thing is, most of us do not look like Barbie. And what do I mean by that? We are all different. We all have unique faces with different facial structures, and why would you want to be Barbie when you can be yourself? There's a million Barbies all over the world looking exactly the same, and they're all for sale. I didn't want a Barbie nose. I wanted a natural nose, symmetric, a cute nose. The cutest it could possibly be for what I have. And Dr. Taskin said, because my chin is whatever shape he said at the time, so therefore this is a type of nose that suits me. And I said, okay, whatever you say, just make it straight, make it symmetric. And he did. Okay, so I am happy with my nose. That is the answer. Have I been getting lumps, bumps on my nose? Anything that I find weird? No, the swelling keeps going down. There are days that I'm like, oh, that looks a bit swollen. Will it ever go down? My tip is what really worries me. I want my tip to be slimmer, smaller, but I heard that that is the last thing that ends up going down. On my previous surgery, it never went down. I had a humongous tip from the beginning until the end, so I don't know what it's like to have a cute tip, but he said it will go down, so I'm just waiting on that. Okay, why did you choose Dr. Tarskin, and did you have other surgeons in mind? I did have other doctors in mind. Dr. Mohammed Dilba Dr. Hussein Balik, sorry if I'm not pronouncing the names properly, and Dr. Saban Salebi. I'll get on to the facts in a second, but I really like the style of noses that Hussein Balik, whatever, does. And I also love Dr. Mohammed Dilba's work. However, are they the best for my problems? Would they have been able to deliver this nose? Maybe not. And here is where things get complicated for people who go wrong the first time round, which is my case. I went wrong twice, but anyway. When you're having a revision rhinoplasty, it is nothing like having a primary rhinoplasty. Somebody has already gone inside your nose, ruined everything, took out cartilage, just, yeah, you know what I mean. So having a revision rhinoplasty takes another level of skill, which Dr. Tarskin has, and so does Saban Salebi. I'm not saying that Dr. Dilba and Hussein Bali can't perform revisions and can't deliver great results. They can, but they're just not my favorite when it comes to doing revisions. I think that if you have a deviation problem, please see a skilled ENT certified surgeon who has done many revisions and they know what they're doing, because trust me, girls, boys, if there is one thing you've got to spend your time on when you're planning to have a rhinoplasty, whether it's a revision rhinoplasty or a primary rhinoplasty, take your time choosing your surgeon. Please, I beg you. I confess, I'm guilty of that. I was living so depressed with my previous nose that I was very impulsive, and I went with Dr. Taskin thinking there's no one else in the world that will fix my nose. Maybe there wasn't. I will never know, because I didn't do a lot of research. So I got in contact with all the doctors the same exact way through WhatsApp. I sent them all the same video and the same text. I sounded really desperate, which you shouldn't. Don't do that. But yeah, I sounded like I was dying if I didn't get my nose fixed tomorrow, and that's never good. But I'm telling you the truth, that's what I did. Dr. Dilba and Dr. Hussein Balik didn't sound very confident to me. They said, yes, we can fix your nose, but this, that, and the other, we cannot guarantee. I don't actually remember if they said they couldn't guarantee that it would be 100% straight. And then Saban Salebi, it was a communication problem with the assistant. Took too long to reply to me. And then when she did reply, it also didn't sound very reassuring to me. And that is why I picked Dr. Tarskin. Dr. Tarskin basically said, no, I can fix your nose. I can make it symmetric and I can fix your breathing problems. When everyone else told me, well, your nose is a difficult case, but you know, let's see. It was all very ifs and buts and questions here and there. Not like worth spending 8,000 euros or 10,000 euros on this doctor, because this doctor, for that price, you should be saying, you are giving me a new nose with butterflies on top, kind of thing. So I would message Dr. Tarskin every other day saying, oh, so sorry to bother you, doctor. I've got this other question, because it's normal. You're very excited, you're very anxious, you have all these questions in your mind, and then you also have doubts. It's normal that you kind of go back and forth with your questions and with your thoughts. And it's really good to express that to the doctor that is going to fix your nose. If he's willing to fix your nose, he's also willing to answer every question you may have to make sure that you're satisfied with the whole process. And that is exactly what Dr. Tarskin was like. Always very responsive, always made me feel like I was never bothering him. That is why I chose Dr. Tarskin. As soon as I booked with him, I thought, okay, now that I've already booked everything with him, he's gonna like start ignoring me until the surgery date. No, even up until now, today, I message him, he messages me back. We are just good friends. It's amazing. It was a good experience. Nothing but positive things to say about Dr. Taskin. My thoughts on going to Turkey. That is a good one. I still think it's worth going to Turkey. Just make sure you go prepared. I would do it all over again. The prices are so worth it. There are a lot of talented doctors in Turkey that will charge you a fraction of the price for the same things that you would get done in the UK or US or anywhere in Europe, really. Make sure you go with a doctor that you trust and you've seen enough reviews on. Whatever it is that you're going to do your research, get prepared. get that taxi app on your phone, plan your journey. It's all about planning. Once you do that, you'll be just fine. Have I been taping my nose? I have not. I taped my nose for 10 days, as the doctor said, and then I did tape it at night for like 5 days. But I just noticed that, okay, I would get up in the morning, it would be fine, I would remove it, and then as soon as I would remove it, it would kind of swell up again. So I thought, it's a bit pointless, I'll just let the skin breathe and do the job on its own. But if you do have thick skin, I advise you to tape your nose longer. Yeah, it's just better. How to deal with bruising and swelling after surgery. It will go away. You deal with it thinking this is temporary. There's nothing you can do once you get the swelling and once you get the bruising. Do not ice your nose. Like, don't put ice on your nose. That's really bad. I asked Dr. Tarskin, it's really not beneficial, so don't do that. The swelling will go away within 1 to 2 weeks. So it's not worth even worrying about it. Just know that everyone has this swelling, it will go down. If you didn't do the ultrasonic piezo technique, you might get swollen for longer, but it will go away. I've dealt with that. The way I dealt with it last time was by adding lots of makeup to try and hide it. We wear masks everywhere we go now, so it's great for that reason. Could you share your skin routine before your surgery? Yes, I have a video coming out next week with all the details and everything you need to know about the skin routine that I planned prior to my surgery. How long will it take for nose surgery to heal? I would say, based on my experience, that 80% of the swelling should go down by the 6-month mark, but we all react in a different way to surgery, so it really depends on the person. My doctor said that by the 4-month mark that I'll have a very cute nose, and it will be like kind of the final result. But as I said, it is meant to be up to 1 year. Sometimes it can be more, usually it's less, but that's the average, 1 year. Show us your rib scar. How big is it? Okay, so this is different for everyone. I'm actually quite surprised that my scar was so big. Recently, Dr. Tarskin had a model from New York, I think. She shared a picture of the scar and it was so tiny. And I was like, why does she have such a small scar and my scar was so big? I don't get it. Like, I was so confused. But I will actually show you what my scar looks like right now. And I can also share some pictures of what it looked like in the beginning. This is what it looked like. It's just not very beautiful. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, to be honest, if that made my nose symmetric, it wouldn't matter. But it was still a very big shock to me. I cannot deny that at all. Dr. Taskin did say it was going to be a 2 to 3 centimeter scar, but I think it's longer. Wanna be free of this heart. Yeah. Wanna feel your arms. So yeah, that is what my scar looks like, and it's so visible. You cannot even say that you can't see that, because you can. It's not the prettiest thing on planet Earth, but it's made my nose symmetric, so I have to keep saying that to myself and I'll be fine. Such a popular question, guys. What does it feel like to have rib cartilage on your nose? It feels like a normal nose. The only thing I feel different is this part. Like, if I touch this side, it feels like my nose is my nose. If I touch this side, it feels like there's something under my skin, inside my skin. I can feel there's something in there, but it doesn't bother me. It's not uncomfortable, it doesn't hurt. Did your nose become so much bigger after rib cartilage? No, it's smaller. Does it feel super hard like a rock? No. No, it feels like normal. I've just had a surgery. It doesn't bother me. So yeah. And the final question that I get a lot as well, like this is one of the most asked questions, is can you finally breathe? And this is the last question for a reason. It's because it's one I've been avoiding for so long, because I don't want to be negative about this experience at all, but I also want to be very real with you guys and not just tell you that it's all flowers and sunshine when it's not. I just thought sharing this on video would have been much easier than to actually try and explain. So as you may or may not know, I could not breathe at all through this side, and I could breathe on this side. This was completely blocked, and this was okay. It was normal breathing. I didn't complain about this side. I complained about this side. And now there is air going in and out, but I still can't breathe properly. That is the answer, unfortunately. I have asked my doctor if this is normal, and he has replied that it is normal and it's simply swelling and it will go away. So I am waiting on that. But this is what my breathing really is like at 10 weeks post-op. Of course, it was a revision rhinoplasty. A lot of work was done, so I am just hoping and praying that the swelling will go down and I'll be able to breathe through my nose. So the update on that is I still can't breathe properly, but this has improved and this has gone worse. Don't know what to say. I do think the doctor is right and it's just swelling, so I can't wait to see what the future brings in regards to my breathing. But yeah. Yes, I was trying to avoid this question. Have you had any complications in your recovery? Yes, I have. And okay. 2 days before Christmas Eve, I was planning my Christmas because, you know, I do celebrate Christmas. I was preparing the house, preparing the food, and as I am doing that, I start to have huge pain on this side of my nose, like huge. I can't even tell you. And it's cold outside. It started to hurt, and then it started to become really hot, basically. If I touched this area here, it would kill me, and I thought, the pain is becoming worse, not better, so something's wrong. So I contacted Dr. Tarskin. I sent him this picture and he said, go to your doctor immediately and take this antibiotic. Take it for 10 days and you'll be fine. I was like, what is this? He said, it's either an infection or a reaction, but he was very responsive and he gave me all the aftercare that you can possibly want, which was so reassuring and so nice of him. So I felt like I was protected and that he really cared about what was going on with me. So I went to my doctor here in the UK, told him what Dr. Taskin said, and he trusted him, gave me the antibiotics. And in 2 days, guys, 2 days, I was fine. It just went away. Honestly, overnight became better. And in 2 days, it was gone. It was beautiful. I felt so happy. And that's why I was able to take a few pictures for Christmas and I felt so good. And even though it looks like a potato, but I still love it. But yeah, I did have an infection. Up until this day, I don't know what caused it, but I think it's quite common to get an infection if you get rib cartilage. But it was so scary at first because I thought this is gonna change the whole shape of my nose and I'm gonna look horrible again. But it was gone. And in like 3 days or 2 days, Dr. Tarskin messages me and he says, how's your nose? Do another video, show me, blah, blah, blah. And he was like so worried. Yeah, so if you happen to have an infection, don't think it's the end of the world because it's not. That is it with the questions. I hope this was somewhat helpful and informative, and if you have enjoyed it, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell to be notified of my next videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on my next video. Bye.